funny story. Well, there's always two ways to look at it. Something that's funny can also be a great lesson. So some years ago, I decided, when I lived in California, I just moved to Hungary last year in 2024. But some years before that, I decided to create my first US tour. I'm a musician, and I hadn't been out of California playing music until this point. So what I decided to do was have my destination be in Atlanta, Georgia, because there was a conference there where I might be able to get some college gigs. So I had to pay money for a showcase. And what happened was that I set up a bunch of gigs. This is such a DIY situation, and so I set up all these gigs in Texas, in New Orleans, and in Alabama, and then I made my way to Atlanta, and I was driving alone, and it was such a great adventure. But the cool part was that I was getting better and better because I played for a bunch of people before I got to Atlanta. So Atlanta was where the showcase was, and it was basically a college showcase, so I can possibly get college gigs, which pay a whole lot of money. Even doing my original music, it's really about them wanting entertainment, and they had big budgets. So I just practiced, and I performed live, and I did all these things. I had set up a certain amount of time that I was going to, how long these songs would be. I had to keep everything tight. And by the time I get to Atlanta, everything worked well. Here I was, and I had a sound check before what was to be my showcase. And in the other room was a big room full of booths, all these vendors, people, musicians, photographers, just all these people that wanted to sell their business to the college students or the campuses. Basically, that's really what it was for. It wasn't about the students. It's really about playing on campuses or being able to sell your wares at campuses. Well, so I had a really nice sound check. It was brilliant. I felt so good, felt confident. And so the deal was, when it was my time to perform my set, they were gonna put everything up on stage for me. All I would have to do is plug my guitar in and start playing. Well, when I got onto the stage, the auditorium was just full of students, and it was like, okay, well, this is what I've been working for. Here's the moment. For some reason, I was getting no sound. This can happen when you have different components, that create good sound. I had a loop pedal. I don't know if any of you know what that is, but anyway, I had gear that my guitar signal was going through, and if something was loose, this can happen. Well, this is what happened. And I remember being on my knees, trying to figure out what was loose. And I remember looking up at the MC, he had already introduced me. And all I could do was, in this empty, or in this full auditorium, but silent, all I could do was say, dude, this is not working. I'm sorry. Just let me, just give me some more minutes. I need some more time. I'm trying to figure out the problem. Meanwhile, my time was going to run out. because I had a certain amount of time, and they had a certain amount of time allotted for every performer. So needless to say, things didn't work out. And one of the things my father used to tell me was that, things can happen. He always had a wise way of saying things, and that I might learn the lesson correctly and get it. I'm in my 40s at the time, it just, I thought I had things rigged. Well, what happened was, the first thing he said when I called him, I said, Pop, it didn't work. I'm here in Atlanta, and my set, I had to just plug directly into the amplifier. I couldn't do the act that I was going to do. He says, well, got that out of the way, didn't you? So that was the funny part. But that's where humor really helped me to learn something, because it wasn't tragic. I was there. I actually got a couple of gigs. Maybe that's what's funny, is that I got some gigs out of it. Anyway, that's my funny story. Yeah, I live in Budapest now, and it's a really nice place to live, except for it's super hot, so maybe my brain is a little whacked out from the heat. Oh my God. Anyway, I hope I hear from you guys, and have a sweet day. Peace.